Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of my podcast. My name is Kim Brigio. I am the owner, creator, designer, everything behind Bridgefield Fiberworks. So excited to be doing another podcast. I know it's been a few weeks this time, but I have a good amount of stuff to show. Every time I've sort of thought about doing another podcast, I just haven't really had a lot. So I thought I would just kind of wait until I had a little bit more stuff to show. So here I am today. I'm going to jump right into knitting and get going. Hope everyone's doing well. Grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax. So first I want to start with what I have done, what I've finished. So I showed you the very beginning of this shawl last time, but this is blocked. I should say I've started to have a little bit of a blocking party. I think the episode where I kind of started podcasting again 2 episodes ago, I showed you a bunch of finished objects and like nothing was blocked. So I started blocking a couple things. And so that was exciting. But anyway, this I just finished and I blocked it right away. So I was very, very happy about that. Okay, so this is the Eastbound knit shawl. So this yarn is 7th floor yarn. I actually bought this as a kit. So like I said, I did show it before, but I definitely love it. It's DK weight. I think the full skein, which is like this brown, had yak in it too, I think. And then the other minis were merino nylon. I did add, so I think in the pattern, it was actually supposed to end like right after this big pink section, but I had a little bit left of the colors. So I just added some garter rows just to kind of use up as much of the color as possible because it's just so pretty. And then it just has a little picot end on it. Oh, wow. So I'm not podcasting in my loft because there wasn't enough light up there. So we have a big, high, tall window, and the loft is like behind me. You can see the stairs right there. And it wasn't very bright, but now it's super bright. And of course, I can't control that window. So you just get to see me like the sun is shining on me. Sorry if it's super blown out, but oh well, it is what it is. Anyway. So yeah, so I really enjoyed knitting this. It didn't take me too long. This was one that I kind of focused on. So you'll see one of the whips I have that I was kind of working on for the most part, but then I just kind of started going back and focusing on this just to kind of get it done. So yeah, so Eastbound knit shawl. You're probably not new to this podcast. If you are, hi. So to just kind of remind everybody, so I do put all of my projects in Ravelry. Try to remember to kind of fill in all the details in terms of yarn and needles used, and I post pictures and stuff when I'm done and some in progress pictures. If you don't use Ravelry and you have any questions about anything I show, just comment down below, ask me a question, and I'll definitely respond to it. So again, down below this video, I'll put a bunch of info, but my Ravelry username is kbrigio, and then on Instagram, I'm Bridgefield Fiberworks. Anyway. So yeah, so that's finished. So I'm super, super excited about this. I do sell some of my sample knits normally at a craft fair, but we're not doing that this year. So I'm just kind of posting some stuff on Facebook. I do have a Bridgefield Fiberworks Facebook page, but it mostly just kind of links to Instagram and Etsy anyway. But I have been posting pictures up there. So like a lot of my family and friends will kind of be looking for Christmas gifts or things for themselves. So usually anything that I knit as a sample, I'll sell to friends and family. So that's finished object. So I think I showed you this last time and it was like partially completed and I was mad that or almost done, and I was mad that I hadn't finished it. So this is the Get Together Wrap by Joji Locatelli, and it was part of the Jimmy Beans Wool knit along, like Advent calendar knit along from 2018. And I think I started it at the beginning of 2019 and then just finished it. So this is not blocked and the ends are not woven in, and there's a million, so you'll understand why I haven't woven them in yet. So it's one of kind of Joji's signature sort of, like arrow-shaped rectangular shawls. The one thing I did also modify on this one, so where the 2 pieces meet in the middle, this whole section, like all of these things right here was just supposed to be in black. And again, I had a lot of these really pretty pink colors left. So I just kind of couldn't resist coming up with like a little pattern to kind of add some pink to that. Sorry, it is so bright. But I love it. And I mean, when this thing's blocked, it's going to be so nice. Actually, on my blocking mats right now, I think I showed you last time I had finished the Rosa shawl by Isabel Kramer. And it was big anyway, unblocked, and it's on my blocking mats upstairs now. And it's a blanket for sure, a schlanket, I guess, a shawl blanket. So I can't wait to see how that is. But anyway, when this is blocked too, it's going to be a really nice, big, comfy wrap. So those are kind of the two main things that I was very focused on finishing. In terms of works in progress, I'll show you what I got too at the same time. So if you all remember, last time I showed this bag by Wool & Stitch, where I also got the little notions pouch too. And I was telling you how she was coming out with a needle case that I didn't need, but I needed because it was going to match this whole set. So yeah, so I got it. Can't resist. Anyway, so this is the needle case. So it's really awesome. Again, compact and fits like perfectly in the front of this little bag or inside the bag. So it's one of the roll kinds. So I have all my needles in there. Most of the needles that I use are Knitter's Pride Zings. These are my shorter ones. I have the shorty set and the longer set, so I think I just put the shorty ones in there. But so it's got a lot of pockets, and then it's got these two pockets here too. So like I have some 9-inch circulars and stuff in there. And then this is a zippered pouch, so I have all like the interchangeable cords in there, some stoppers, a couple little things in there. So yeah, so it's nice. So that just folds down, that folds in, that folds over, and then this thing wraps it up. So it is nice because I do have a couple sets of interchangeables, and I had bought a different, I don't think I have it down here. I had bought another kind of needle holder earlier. I always feel like earlier earlier COVID, like this is like its own season, in the COVID season. And I tried to like stuff all of my needles in it, but it is so cute and compact that it was just like too much, and I didn't really like the way it was like too bulky. So now it kind of works. So now I have like one set in here that I can put in one project bag, and then I have that other kit over there. So I'm justifying my purchase of this. Anyway, okay, so see, it just fits all nice in there. So this is my Find Your Fade by Andrea Mowry. I didn't get too much farther in this. There's a lot of stitches on here, so I can see why like it took people a really long time when they were doing this. I think there were some people that didn't finish it like forever until after they were done with it. And then, like I said, I kind of paused on this, did the DK weight shawl, and then finished the Get Together wrap, and then this other new whip that I'll show you that I'm doing for my niece. So this hasn't really had much love in a while. So this is the wrap. I think I went through some of the colors last time, so I won't do that again. I'll wait until kind of I finish it, and I'll talk about it more. But I think I was just like right at the start of this garter section last time, so I haven't really done too much. But the next two colors to remind everybody, so after this section will be this striped one, and then this little purpley pink. So I'm excited to get back to this. I think this will be amazing when it's done. It's just so huge and awesome. So that's a whip I have going on. Then my other kind of active whip. Oh, I just realized I didn't bring down my woven finished object because it's upstairs. I'm going to pause and go get that. So hang on a sec. Okay, sorry, I'm back. So this is a woven scarf that I just finished. So I don't remember if I showed it last time. I think I was going to. So I started dyeing, the name of the base that I carry is called Bumpy Road Base, but it's fingering weight with like those little like bits of like slub, like a lot of hand-dyed yarn, hand-dyed indie dyers are dyeing on this base. And so I was super excited to weave with it. So I actually dyed my regular Boulevard sock base as kind of my warp, and then I used the Bumpy Road base as my weft. The way you weave, like if you have anything too bumpy kind of in the slats of the loom, it can shred the yarn and get really stuck. So I was worried about these little bumpy things, so I did just like the regular base through those slats, and then I just wove with the Bumpy Road base. So this is it. I just finished it the other day and I'm so excited. So this is in my bouquet toss colorway, which you've probably seen a lot of. Kay Litton, the Crazy Sock Lady, had designed a sock and mitt pattern with it, and it's just become pretty popular. I actually had someone, if you're watching, hi, buy a sweaters quantity in DK today. So I'm super excited to see, once I get that off to her, what her sweater looks like knit up in it. So that'll be exciting. So yeah, so this is it woven, so as you can see all the little like fun bumpy things. I still have some fringe on the bottom. This base is very much like it's so bright in here, I don't know if you can really see the color well. Yeah, it's a little too bright, but it's just a really pretty pink with some grays in there, light pink, dark pink, kind of like a purpley dark gray. I love it. So yes, this was fun. So I wasn't sure like how it was gonna come out, but it worked pretty well. So this is about 9 inches wide and about 72 inches plus fringe, which is normally my length. Like that's kind of the standard length that I try and use. I'm not super precise when I weave. It's not like I'm mass producing anything. So, but I pretty much have my system down, and that's usually the length that I get. And then because I was doing 2 different yarn bases, size-wise, it just made sense to make it a little bit narrower to make sure that I had enough yarn to go both ways. So I love it. I'm super excited. So this is actually in my Etsy shop now. One thing I will say, and I'll show you some stuff after. So I ended up breaking my Etsy shop into 2 pieces. So Bridgefield Fiberworks is still my main one, and that's where all my hand-dyed yarn is, where my woven finished items are to buy, and where my knit patterns are. So I have a good chunk of my knit patterns, like my more popular ones, on there. I started kind of converting them over once people were having problems accessing Ravelry. So the majority of my patterns are for sale on Etsy. If you ever see one somewhere and it's not, let me know and I can definitely post it. But most of kind of my popular ones are up there. So anyway, so that's Bridgefield Fiberworks, my yarn, my knit designs, and my woven things. As you know, I started doing fun illustrative designs, kind of with knit yarny puns. And I just kind of felt like it was just filling up the shop too much because I'm doing a bunch of different products. So I created a separate Etsy shop called Bridgefield Designs. So Bridgefield Fiberworks and Bridgefield Designs. So on the Bridgefield Designs shop, you'll find stickers and notebooks and pins, and what else do I have? So some of the new things I'll show you is coasters. I'm also going to soon be selling magnets, and I may even do stitch markers. So kind of any sort of fun design that I come up with or illustration, I've been posting up there. So I'm always open if there's any kind of, knit catchphrase or something related to yarn that you want to see and you would want in a sticker or a notebook or whatever, definitely let me know, because that's just been super fun. It's something different. That's sort of exploring a different creative side of mine. So anyway, so I decided to do a different Etsy shop. So I'll link them both down below, but just so you know, that's what I'm doing there. Anyway, so this is in the Bridgefield Fiberworks Etsy shop right now, if anyone is interested. And I also do custom weaves. Like since I dye yarn too, I can pretty much dye any color to weave with. So anyway, so that's always an option for anyone interested. Okay, now the other crazy work in progress that I have. So I'm always happy to help out knitworthy people in my life. And my niece, Karina, so a while ago, I think I was still podcasting then, she had asked if I would knit a baby blanket for a new baby and a family that she babysits for. So I don't know if you remember that. It was in like a dark red color, pretty like lacy heart motif. Anyway, so she asked me the other day if I could do a mermaid blanket for a little girl of a different family that she babysits for. So initially I was like, oh, they're probably mostly all crochet. I don't really crochet, so I was kind of like, I don't know, let me see if I can find a pattern. So I don't know if I printed out the front page. I don't, so I don't even know who this is by, but again, it's all in my Ravelry page. So I found a really awesome knit pattern. So I think it's just called Mermaid Lap Blanket for kids and teens or something like that. She has one where it's not knit in the round and it's just a flat blanket, and one for adults, but this one is kind of for kids, and she has a lot of different sizes. You can make anywhere from 2 years to 16 years, so it's a different number of cast on stitches and stuff like that. So the yarn that I'm using for this, all acrylic, so it's kid-friendly and washable, is Red Heart Soft Essentials. Stripes is this one, so it's actually self-striping, but in this pattern you hold two together. So I haven't really cared about whether I'm on the exact same color or not, so sometimes it's marling and sometimes I actually get the same color and it is self-striping. Anyway, so I ordered this from Michael's. They actually had like a 12 pack for a fairly good price. Like there's some yarn that they're kind of selling like, not for business purposes, but kind of, you know, like a wholesale type of thing. Anyway, so I got 12 skeins because it's probably going to take me 12. And this thing is so thick. So I needed 2 skeins of worsted held together, and that's normally what Red Heart Soft is. I realized after I bought this and started using this that technically this is a bulky, which I don't think it really is. But I think that's why it's like so much thicker and heavier than I expected. But hopefully this little girl will like it. So I think it's for her birthday and she's turning 9. So anyway, so I'm super excited about it. I'm almost to the part where I'm like decreasing and then I get to make a fin, which will be fun. So how fun is this? Like the scales on here, it's just so neat. So yeah, so it's really long right now. It's like probably like 3 feet. Oh, no, not quite. I think I'm close to like 30 inches. So initially you're supposed to knit like 30 for this size, knit like 33 and then decrease for another 10 inches and then do the fin, but I'm ending it a little bit early because she's younger, and again, because I think this yarn is thicker than it was supposed to be, it's already kind of done more repeats than I need to. But anyway, so isn't it fun? So it just has like a ribbed top. So again, it's in the round. So it's like a sleeping bag kind of. So I think it'll be so cute. So she can just fit inside it. I almost like want one for myself because it's so heavy and warm. Anyway, so I've been really focused on this, trying to get it done. Doesn't take too long. I think mine is like 90 something stitches, and this uses, I think, size 11. Yeah, size 11. And you're holding, I think I said this before, so you're holding 2 strands together at the same time. So yeah, so I've been really focused on this, and then once I'm done this, I'll get back to the Find Your Fade and talk a little bit about a new cast on I'm thinking about, although I keep changing my mind because new patterns keep coming out and distracting me. Okay, that's a whip. Well, no, all right, I'm going to show you one more whip I'm doing. So pre-COVID, a friend of mine had asked if I would knit a scarf for her. So this is I have notes all over this, but this is my own pattern. So this is my Times a Thief scarf, which I love. I like this isn't in color, but so it has this really pretty like cable going up the middle and this like textured bit on the sides and like a diagonal rib along the sides and bottom. So yeah, this is one of my favorite patterns. I feel like I like always want to have one on my needles and I don't, but I should. So this one I am knitting with Cascade 220 Superwash Sport. This pattern was designed, I think, in sport weight, but you can pretty much manage it with either sport or DK. When I did the design initially, it was for one of the Yarn Box subscriptions that I used to subscribe to. I was one of the featured designers there, and that month it was Sugar Bush Bliss was the yarn that was featured in the box, and that's what I designed the pattern in. And that's pretty much sport weight, but you can kind of get away with DK as well. And that was really nice too. Sugar Bush Bliss is a really nice yarn, and I have a lot of it. Like I bought so much of it at that time because of that pattern, so maybe I'll make another one at some point. But anyway, so this is what I'm using for this one is Cascade. I don't have too much of this done, so I started, so you know, it was still winter-ish when she asked me about it, and I knew I wouldn't get it done right away, so I wasn't rushing. And then COVID hit and I lost knitting mojo, and then, you know, but anyway, so I'm trying to work on it now, so maybe she can have it before the end of the year. So that's just the beginning of it right there. You can see the cable and all this little kind of texture. Cable looks a little funky right now, but I think it's just once it blocks out, it's better. So yeah, so I'm gonna hopefully get back to this. This is a fairly easy one to kind of memorize, so I feel like this will be sort of more of like a watching TV in the car kind of thing. Not that I've been going anywhere in the car. Then the only other thing, I can't even like remember the name because I didn't prepare. Yeah, I don't even remember the name, but I'll show you the yarn that I'm going to use on my next project. It's a shawl. Why can't I think of it? Oh well. So usually when I go to yarn crawls or festivals and things, I tend to plan patterns that I know that I want to make at some point and buy yarn for them, just so I don't like go crazy and randomly buy yarn with no purpose in mind, although that usually happens too. But anyway, so for whatever the pattern was that I'm talking about, I had bought this yarn when we went to the Webb's tent sale last year, so 2019. So this is Lana Grossa, and it's called Cool Big Wool. I'm pretty sure it's 100% merino. These are 50-gram balls. Yeah, 100% merino. And it is, I don't even know if it's worsted or, let me see, 120 meters and 50 grams. I can't convert meters to yards. All right, anyway, whatever. So my next project, which coincidentally matches my pillows, is going to be in this yarn. And it's just like a shawl. And it's one I've been kind of, again, wanting to clearly knit since 2019. But yeah, I've been trying to kind of do a little more stash busting and, you know, finishing up some projects and doing some things that I've been wanting to do for a while. So hopefully I'll cast this one on. And it is a little bit thicker yarn. It's definitely not fingering. I feel like it's worsted. Anyway, so this is kind of my next cast on, hopefully. But I'll show you more about that next time. Okay, in terms of some kind of new things that I've got, I wanted to show this. So I did end up buying, so these are the Hiya Sharps flyers. So, who's texting me? My sister. So if you've been following me for a while, I am a wannabe sock knitter. I love the idea of socks and different pattern socks and the fact that they don't take too long relative to the fact that I typically make big shawls. I even started designing a sock pattern because I was like, oh, you know, once you get kind of the basic sock structure down, then you can like just design pattern pieces for it, and then, you know, you can produce a lot more designs more quickly. Because normally I don't put out a lot of designs because, I don't know, doing kind of shawls and wraps and things just take a long time. So anyway, so I'm like, socks would be fun. But it's hard for me to get, I think, because, and I've said this before, like I'm very picky about the socks I wear on my feet. So I like very low, shorty ankle socks. And I like my socks to be super tight and like thin. Like I don't like, except in the winter, sometimes I'll wear like crazy bulky fuzzy socks. But usually I like just like super tight fitting thin socks. So I don't know that I can like recreate that in a knit sock. I don't know. So anyway, so I mean, I could like knit them, but then who do I give them to? And then what size do I make them? My husband, like years ago, and probably showed it on a way early podcast, I had knit him a pair. I think I had only finished one sock. And he was like, oh yeah, I like that yarn. Like, if you make that for me. And then it like didn't fit him right. And then he was like, I probably won't wear them. So I don't know. And I know my nieces and my sister would wear them if I gave it to them. Anyway, so I don't do magic loop. Not that I'm against learning how to do it. I do like 9-inch circulars, but holding them do kind of make my hands cramp a little bit. But I do kind of like the speed of 9-inch circulars. I don't mind double points, but I don't love them. So anyway, so I thought I would give these a try. So these are just kind of the way you would kind of create that circle of a sock. That's kind of like double points, but just has some flex to it, so it's not as like annoying, I think, as the double points can be. I bought these on Amazon. Kay the Crazy Sock Lady was talking about them on her podcast, and she has like a link below all her videos to her Amazon like shop where, like, you know, she posts all of her kind of favorite items and stuff, so I ordered them through that. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to cast on a sock anytime soon, but I just figured I would give these a try. And I did buy US 1s, 2.25s. I think when I was starting to knit socks the first time I used size 2s. And so I thought if I go down to 1s, maybe it will give me more of like that kind of like tight sock feel. I don't know. So if any of you are like hardcore sock knitters and know of a way to I don't know, just guarantee that like it's tight on my foot. I was thinking of doing almost like a, I should show you like a sock that I like, that I store-bought one that I wear, but almost like the ankle ones where like you would like fold over the cuff, you know, to make just like a tiny like double thick cuff. And then again, a heel, like I liked when I was doing socks, I was doing the fish lips kiss heel, and I like the feel of that. I don't always like doing it. Like I don't mind a heel flap and gusset. And then I know Kay does the slip stitch heel flap, which I think is tighter. And then I know the Periscoping Sisters, I think Debbie, she does something else that I think like makes it even like tighter on your Achilles, like just has a snug fit. Again, it's like all these things that I feel like I would have to play around with, and I just, again, don't necessarily have the patience for that. But anyway, so I did buy these. If I do knit with them, I'll let you know. Okay, so I'm going to show you, so like I said, I've been doing designs in my Bridgefield Designs Etsy shop, and I started playing around with doing a coaster, and I'm absolutely in love with this. So as you can see there, so it says Sip Sip Knit, has a cute little you know, to-go coffee cup, and then a little mug that I guess could be tea or coffee. I am going to do one that has wine as well, and probably sell them as either like a 2-pack or a 4-pack or something with 2 of each design. But I just love it. So it's just like a nice kind of like coaster board coaster, and it doesn't like it, if you get stuff dripped on it, it doesn't like ruin the coaster itself. But it's definitely lightweight and portable, which is nice. So yeah, so I'm definitely going to do more of these because these were super fun. And of course the play on words just kind of makes me laugh. But anyway, so that's that one. Then I was playing around with hologram stickers, and I'm just obsessed with llamas and alpacas because they're just so cute. So I designed this little guy, and if you can see, like here's a few of them. So they're on this, you know, hologram sticker paper. So they're just so cute. So these are in my shop too, along with a bunch of the other stickers that I have. And again, if anyone has like ideas for things or things you want me to make or custom orders or whatever, let me know, because this is kind of my new crazy passion. One of the things I bought over COVID but didn't show before, so this is from Webs, which is yarn.com. But so the yarn, I don't know whether, so if any of you were Blueprint members or use that site, they were going to close down, and then they sold to some other company, and now they're going back to like the Craftsy name. But anyway, so I started noticing some of their Cloudborn is like their yarn, like their name brand yarn that was on Blueprint. And I started noticing some of that yarn now you can find at Webs. So I don't know if like if they were initially Webs designs that Blueprint was selling, or if Blueprint like sold all of that stuff to Webs. I don't know. But anyway, it's fairly inexpensive, and I think it may even have been like on sale or clearance or something. So I saw this pattern on there for this scarf. It's this cute little fringe, similar kind of to the Hohi Locatelli one I just finished. But it came with all this stuff. So it came with I'm using a different camera, and the backwards is making me crazy. So it comes with the main color, these 5 minis. It came with the needles, some stitch markers, and the pattern to make the scarf. And it was like 30 bucks, like I don't even remember what it was. It wasn't that expensive. So I got this kit in those colors. On the pattern page for this scarf, there are a couple of ones that people used other color minis. But wait, let me just show you the yarn first. So this is the Cloudborn Superwash Merino fingering, and this is actually single ply. So it's a little more kind of a creamy vanilla than what's showing right now. But so this is the main color, and then it came with this mini set, and these are 80-20, actually 25 grams, and they're each 115 yards. So this is 575 yards of minis in fingering weight. So that's part of that kit. I didn't bring the needles down, but it came with needles. So like I was saying, on the project pages, there's other ones with different colors. So when I was on Webs' website, I found some more minis. So there's this set, again, same 575 yards across 5 minis. And then this one, which I don't know how well it will show up, but it's just these much darker, like jewel tones. It's like gray, blue, kind of magenta, green, and purple. So I got 2 packs of these and 2 packs of these. I don't know if I'm gonna make the maybe make the shawl with this one instead, just because it's, or maybe what I'll do is dye my own. Maybe I'll make 2. I'll dye my own main color, and that way I'll still use that with this, and then maybe do a different main color, maybe like a super light gray or something with this set. And then I might weave with the others. Like I always kind of like doing scrappy weaves, like making like a plaid or something. But again, like these I think were like under $20 and it's 575 yards. So anyway, check it out. Excuse me. Other things that I dyed, so I don't even have these in my shop. I just wanted to kind of show you guys. So I bought this super fun, so this is my railroad base, and this is superwash merino fingering. But see how it's got that like fun like black and white twist. So yeah, so I dyed 2 of these to probably weave with, but I will definitely sell yarn in this space too if anyone's interested. And it's just fun. So it's kind of like a royal blue and like a royal purple too. So yeah, so fun. I didn't expect, like, it is really, really soft, which I was glad about. I didn't know if like that twist, I mean, it's all merino, so it shouldn't have been, but I don't know. For some reason, I just kind of felt like that twist in the yarn would make it feel different, but it's really, really soft. It really is really, like, it almost feels like there's cashmere in it. Like, it's really soft. Anyway, so that was kind of fun to dye that. So then I wanted to show you, I think this is my last thing to show. So I subscribe to the Yarnable subscription box. So Cheryl of Hypnotic Yarn manages puts together a awesome monthly subscription box. You've probably seen some other, like I know Kay the Crazy Sock Lady does an unboxing and stuff every month. So if you are interested, so she will open it up to new members every now and then. I think the next time is going to be the end of October. She'll open it up to new members again. I'll put a link down below, and I do have a coupon code, which is Bridgefield, which will get you $5 off your first box. And it is nice where you can like sign up for a subscription, you can skip a month. I think you can even switch. So I was getting fingering weight, which is her 8515 base, I think. And then I decided that I didn't have a lot of DK, and I've been kind of obsessed with DK stuff lately, so I switched to her DK. Anyway, so if you use the link below, use Bridgefield, you can get $5 off. So the link right now probably will just take you to sign up for the wait list, which you can do, and then that way you're on the wait list and you can kind of be notified when subscriptions open up again. But again, like I said, I think that's happening late next month. That way you can do some Christmas gift shopping if you want to buy a subscription for someone or for yourself, or send it to someone else to buy you a subscription box for yourself. But more to come on that, because there's kind of some fun stuff happening maybe with that later. So anyway, so this was, I think, September's. I don't know, are we in September now? Yeah. And again, I switched to DK for this. This colorway is called Don't Be Radicchio, and it's her plush DK, which is 85 superwash merino 15 nylon. So it's this really pretty dusty rose color, and then just kind of bits of brown and like a little bit of like just kind of green, mossy green in there. Really super pretty. I had seen, there were some months that I skipped, and then I joined back. I saw I think a sneak peek of this and was like, I have to have it, so I joined again. It's just so pretty, very me, these colors. So what was funny about this, so I was like, what am I gonna make with this? Like, do I have any yarn that goes with it? So often when I dye yarn, I end up with leftover dye that I don't want to throw out, but I don't necessarily have anything in mind for a color. So sometimes I'll just randomly dye single skeins and then just add them to my stash, or sometimes put them up as one of a kind. So these are both, I think, actually on different DK bases. I've been playing around with some different DK bases, but I had done this skein, which is probably way too bright for you to see anything, but it is very light. Like, it's a light, it's a very light, like, pinky peach color. Yeah, you can't see the color. So I had done this one a while ago and just kind of had it hanging out. Then I did this one, I think when I did I had made a chocolate covered set, and I think I was using purple, so I think I combined like a kind of like a purple and a brown. It's not quite as dark as it's showing right there. But anyway, so like look at this, these together. Like how perfect. Like I don't think I could recreate those though if I tried, because I don't really remember what mix of colors they were, but totally love these together. It's so pretty. Because the purple really kind of like brings out like this, I mean this isn't as dark, but it's goes with it, you know, it's like the same hue. And then like I said, this peachy pink too is the same thing, like it just kind of pulls out the pieces from here. I'm so excited about these. I don't know what I'm gonna make, so I've done a Jody shawl a couple times, which is kind of like a typical like 3 skein. What I think I might do, so I had done Andrea Mowry's Free Your Fade in fingering weight, and then later on she came out with a DK weight version, so I think I might do that with this. I just love it. I don't know if you have any other ideas for DK weight wraps that have, you know, kind of like a little fade to them, well, let me know. I think that's it, everybody. Not much else has been going on. Just been kind of chilling. My husband's away on a golf trip this weekend, so it's been very quiet. I've just been kind of trying to get knit stuff organized. Like I said, I've just been kind of posting stuff to my Facebook page so that if people are interested in buying some stuff either for themselves or for others for the holidays, they can purchase those. I've been watching Gilmore Girls on Netflix. I don't know if any of you are original Gilmore Girls watchers when it was on. It just was like on a channel randomly, and I was like watching an episode, and I'm like, oh, I bet you it's all on Netflix. Like I remember my nieces watching it at some point, and it's been awesome. Like it, I don't know, like it's just like a cozy show to watch. Like it just kind of makes me smile. It's like easy to just kind of have on. You don't have to pay too much attention, but yet like, I don't know, I loved it when it was on and didn't expect to like love it as much again. I posted on my Instagram last night a clip that had been on one of the episodes where Paris like randomly showed up at Rory's house, and so Rory was like kicking her out, and she made a comment about like, oh, sorry, you know, you have such an exciting Saturday night, like, you know, I heard there's some hot knitting going on later. And I was like, hey, literally as I'm like by myself at home on a Saturday night knitting and watching Gilmore Girls. But anyway, yeah, so that's about it. And it's just after 1 o'clock right now, and the Patriots are on, so I will be popping on the football game. Anyway, hope you all are doing well. I will try and podcast again soon, probably within the next couple weeks, just to kind of show you what I've been working on. Hopefully I have some new cast-ons and new fun design products to show and things like that. Always reach out to me. I'm happy to chit-chat with anybody. All of the different ways you can find me. I have an email address which is below. You can message me on Instagram, Ravelry, wherever. Always happy to kind of hear how you guys are. So thanks again for coming back, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.